I'm a faggot. That much is true. Well, I'm just a faggot on my knees for you. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Hierarchy Podcast. It's a production of the website fagsworshipalphas.com. I'm Sam the Faggot, and today I've got a very special guest on the show. You know him in the financial domination space, otherwise known as findom. He is Vince Armstrong. It's at findom Vince on Twitter. And he is an up-and-coming alpha in the space. He's a straight alpha who has come to understand the purposes of faggots, and he is beginning to express his power and control over faggots, much to his financial gain and much to our thrills as faggots. He's probably the best looking alpha in the scene. Probably. He's a very traditionally beautiful alpha, and he's got luxurious hair that, you just kind of want to get lost in, honestly. You'll know him, of course, from his hair, but he's also incredibly good looking. But the beautiful thing about this interview is that he really opens up, and you get to see the man behind the beautiful facade, and it turns out it's just as beautiful. Okay, so here is my interview with Master Vince Armstrong.
Target acquired.
This is the Hierarchy Podcast exclusive interview.
Well, I am here with the extraordinarily beautiful Vince Armstrong. He's a cash master in the findom scene. He's very well known these days. Say hello, Master.
Hey, how are y'all doing today? I'm glad to be here. Glad you're having me on.
Yeah. It's my pleasure. So, it took a long time for you and I to connect because I kept trying to get your attention, I guess, and I felt like I was sending letters into the void. You were not responsive.
I can see how that would be the case, but also, I mean, and like I said before, I've taken a different approach to the scene now, and I understand the psychology aspects of it a little bit more, and understand that every sub's not going to be a cash transaction. You've got to really learn how to work your subs, and even just know how to play the system, play the entire game with the whole system.
Right.
But also at the same time, I get a lot of inquiries, so there's a lot of time wasters out there, and that's a pain in the ass sometimes. So dealing with that, but I mean, there are ways, like I knew you were legitimate because, I mean, you've got a good following base. You've been around for a good little bit. You've got good content. So
thank you, sir.
There are definitely ways to determine that, but sometimes they can be a little tricky.
Yeah. I mean, if you're deluged with 1,000 faggots all messaging you at once, you're just like, what? But right. Especially coming from where you came from. So I guess we're going to talk about that a little bit. First of all, I just want to ask, your hair is it's like Samson's hair. It's like magic hair. You should be in a shampoo commercial or something. I don't know why you're not.
Yeah,
you have the most beautiful male hair I've ever seen in my life. So
everybody, the women love it too, and they always ask what's the routine, and I feel like just dickhead because I don't have one. It's just wash it and brush it. It's just natural.
Shut up. Just shut up. I mean, it's gorgeous hair.
No,
I think you could probably out earn everybody in findom just allowing people to run their fingers through their hair for money.
Yeah, definitely. So no, if I can attest my hair to anything, it's probably Tresemme. That's just all I can say about that is Tresemme's way to go.
It's a good line for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that out of the way, I mean, I think I had to ask a hair question
Fair,
because
fair.
that's probably your trademark.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what
I
I
how
admire most about myself is my hair.
yeah. How long has it taken to grow to that length?
Um, I mean, I get it trimmed fairly often, but I got it. I shaved it off in fifth and sixth grade, so it's been
Oh,
about yeah. It's I've had it long for 14 years now.
okay, all right. So how old are you right now?
20.
20?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, yeah, okay, great. So um, let me ask, let's go back before findom. Okay, so we're gonna learn about Vince Armstrong, young Vince Armstrong, developing alpha. So, uh, when did you really kind of understand your alphahood, or kind of, uh, you know,
It was
perceive it?
definitely probably early high school, late middle school, right there about where puberty starts kicking in.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I just realized that a certain type of dominance over the situation, no matter
Okay.
what that situation may be, whether it be academically or physically in sports and whatnot. I mean, um, I've been in the weight room since I was in middle school too. So I mean, it's just kind of like every aspect. It was just kind of there, and it just kind of
Yeah.
fell in place as I got older. I realized it to be alphahood as you just referred to it as. But
Mhm.
before that, I thought it was just that's just how everybody operated. But then I realized there are betas, so to say, out there, and the majority of people are. They're not. They're sheep, not leaders. I guess is the best way to put it.
That's the best way to put it, actually. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've said this to another alpha just like yesterday or the day before that if alphahood was in everybody, there would be nothing special about it. It would just be it.
Right.
But there's something special about alphas. Um, so you just noticed you had a certain power over people.
Yeah, and I've always been one to get my way too. It's I got away with people.
Hmm.
A certain charm I've been told.
Yeah. Well, I can see that just in this conversation within the first few minutes. Within the first minute, let's say, I could tell. I mean, it doesn't come across on your profile the same way. You're a pretty face, but
Yeah,
this is going to be a different experience. I think your fans and your faggots watching this is going to be a different experience.
yeah. I think that's another reason why I reached back out to you because I think last time you messaged me I was on vacation and I just kind of
Blew
got
me
out of
off.
and forgot about it. But
Yeah.
I messaged back and because it's something that they're into and now that I'm getting a bigger base, I think it's that it's something kind of a necessity, so to say. They need to know behind the scenes of you know
Yeah.
the degradation and all that good stuff. Like what ticks these gears.
Right. Right. So, um, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Oof, going into ninth grade, 14.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it just a one-off thing or a girlfriend?
No, it was just a one-time thing. It was I snuck in her window and we, man, we probably made out for an hour. I didn't know what the hell, but
Right.
yeah, no, it was just a one-time thing, and then got into high school and all the girls were my testosterone's through the roof, so going after all of them. There are hits and misses, and then as I progressed with maturity and like the looks and stuff like that, that they started coming to me a little bit more often. But
Yeah.
by then, of course, I had a girlfriend, so that's how it goes. As soon as you're
Mm.
taken, everything flocks to you.
Right. Right. Sure. Well, there were probably in high school there were probably a lot fewer misses at that point. Like
Yeah,
you basically
definitely.
just targeted whatever you wanted, you took it.
Right, right. There was, yeah, definitely less to pick from, especially because I grew up in a small, just rural town, so not
Mm.
much to it.
What? Where did you grow up? What state?
Georgia,
Oh, Georgia.
Georgia,
Okay.
South Georgia, yeah, not
Are
much
you
going on here.
are you still living in Georgia?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to college right now.
Mm-hmm.
Really, just I'm going on academic scholarships. I may as well just stick it out. I mean, it's not really my forte. I mean, I do good in class, obviously, to uphold my scholarship, but it's just I don't see the value, the use in it. Like
Yes.
go
What
do
is your major?
go be an accountant and work for somebody else. I don't think so.
What is your
So
major?
I'm actually double majoring in accounting and finance.
Ugh.
Yeah,
What a lifeless pursuit. I
yeah.
I, I started off in accounting in college, and almost drank myself to death because I couldn't take dealing with it. So I finally just quit that.
I
But
smoke a hellacious amount of weed.
well,
No,
I
I'm
can see
super
that.
numbers, and it's just something that kind of clicks to me, and it's easy so far. So, but like I said, I don't see myself
No,
uh
I don't
work,
either.
working as an accountant. I'm not going to push somebody else's numbers around. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Um,
You
and
should have your own numbers,
I like the financial field, but I feel like that's something I like more as a hobby. Like I just want to understand it a little bit more, like the whole
like
like
stock
brokerage
market.
of it, and yeah. I mean, I already dabble around in that, and have my
Yeah.
little side things, and have my own knowledge about that. But I'm gonna ask those questions to the professors, since I mean that's what they get paid for, is to teach. So let's see how far their knowledge actually goes.
Yeah.
I'll get some
Well,
type of use out of it.
well, here's the thing, though. Professors or teachers, they're not the ones with the successful businesses. That's the
Right,
thing. You need
right.
to go
Yeah, I just want to
partner
learn
with.
the way that the markets operate and like the economy and stuff like that. I mean, I'm
Well,
not really
you can learn that from business owners and people,
right,
and so you'd be better off developing contacts in the business world rather than listen to a teacher in a classroom.
right, and I've got plenty of business owners that I know and talk to. A couple restaurant owners. I've managed at my fair share of them. It's there's definitely certain. I've realized that in order to be successful in this life, you have to find your niche.
Hmm.
There's certain things that are never going to disappear, such as food. I mean, if you can
Hmm.
have a good food industry, profit margins are insane. I mean, some of the numbers I was seeing through that industry was just crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, would you want to be a restaurant owner?
Hell no, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, no.
Fuck
I'm
that.
thinking my goal is to get through college on scholarship, not have to take out any loans or anything. The moment school starts affecting my financial stability, I'm not going to do it, because I don't need school to be financially stable. I'm making more now than I would make with my degree, just through a multitude of things that I'm doing.
Well, yeah, we know what those things are.
Well, this is just a small portion of it. I
Is
mean,
it? Okay.
yeah, I'm into the stock market. Like I said, I'm into cryptos a little bit.
Of course you are. Everybody of your generation is in crypto.
Right. No, but see, I actually understand the technology. There's more. There's
Okay.
more. I'm not just on the Dogecoin and Ripple, and I think they even have one called Cum Rocket now.
Yep,
Actually,
they do.
actually, a thing. So, yeah, no, I haven't
Here's my
had
little stock tip. Safe Galaxy is supposed to explode sometime this year.
Safe Galaxy. I'll look into that one.
Yes,
Safe.
Master.
Okay.
Safe Galaxy. We'll be able to rewind this. So it's going to be this interview is going to be all over the place. So you'll be able to read if you forget. So don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
So anyway, so I guess I wanted to ask because I was curious about your future plans in terms of like college and like what kind of work you'd like to get into.
So,
I kind of wondered why you didn't go into modeling because you are absolutely like a traditional modelly looking alpha male. So
right.
I mean,
I
you're about as traditional looking of a model as I've ever seen in findom. So why
Thank you.
aren't you?
Right. So that's actually so recently I've been leaning more towards that, just running with my true strengths, and that's my charisma, my personality, my looks for one. That's a big one. um, yeah, I mean, why not run with those strengths? And of course, I've got the intelligence to back those other strengths. But I mean,
Yes.
that's not. I've learned that intelligence is good for two things: manipulation, so to say, or being to work the system, in the situation, or being able to work smarter. like smarter, not harder type thing, and that's where the real money comes into play. Is it's not these, this hard work, manual labor. Now, I think that's a necessity for the discipline aspect of it, but it's not where the money's made. So I'm starting to lean towards more letting my strengths run, and just while I am intelligent and could put that to use, let me do the work smarter, not harder thing.
Of course. I mean, you're 20 years old. You could build anything at this
Right.
point. So why would you waste your time on anything that's not
Exactly, and that's
building a kingdom,
like the intelligence aspect of it. You can look at somebody and you don't know if they're intelligent or not, but you
Mm-hmm.
can look like, damn, that's a gorgeous person, So I mean, if you get to know me, you'll know I do have a side of intelligence to me, but something that's such a slap in the face, it's kind of hard to just let that go out the window and not try and run with that at least.
Of course. I mean, I totally see you in Dubai, partying with all the models, sipping free drinks that are paid for, by people or by companies or whatever. I don't see why you wouldn't take advantage of that. I see, guys your age who are driving around in Lambos and stuff, in Dubai and whatever, and partying it up at clubs. I don't see why you shouldn't have a piece of that.
Exactly.
You belong there. And you're headed that way in findom. Because the money in findom is outrageous, as you know. So,
and sometimes I have to step back and really, because my biggest struggle, my biggest weakness, I should say, is patience. When it comes to like future, like I always want to know what's next, but
mm-hmm.
I've realized, like, sometimes I have to step back and be like, man, you're only 20 years old, I mean,
Yeah.
There's plenty of room to run here. Just give it a little time, and
Right.
Of course it's always good to push for more, but
Mm-hmm.
like push to be better and whatnot. But at the same time, you've got to don't get greedy with it, for one. And,
Well, greed is a part of this scene. Okay, so in a way,
right,
but
right. For some,
yes, yeah, for sure.
and then that just goes more into the psychological aspect of it. Is you really have to know your subs, and you have to. It's more. It's a relationship. You have to develop a relationship with the sub if you want it to be a successful one. So I mean, it's got to be mutual.
Now that's something that's changed in you, because at first it was just pay me money, blah blah blah. But
dollar signs, right?
yeah.
Right.
It's easy to be blinded by that. But you have made a change in that. I've noticed more recently, and so I wanted to ask you about that, because when you first came into the scene, you were pretty distant toward the faggots that were attributing you and worshiping you online.
Well, hang on one second. My phone is about to die. Let me grab my charger real quick.
Okay. That's fine. We get to see your whole body for a second. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And have your cock in the camera like that. It's great.
Yeah, it's a good shot. I know.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna complain, Master.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you want to go up. There you go. Very good. Thank you. So when you first came on the scene, you were just very distant, but and I guess it's because you're a straight alpha male, and
right.
you'd never probably.
I had no idea this world even existed.
Right. Nope. Exactly.
And
now, question: Did faggots ever approach you prior to that, like in high school, anything like that, in terms of offering service?
No, because I believe that for two reasons. I mean, I've had people hit on me, obviously, but it was never like a constant thing. I mean, it was just about as much as a girl would hit on me. I mean, it's just I would take the compliment because I'm genuinely a polite person. I mean, I would tell them I'm not gay, and I just take the compliment. But it was never something super repetitive. But I also believe that because of the Deep South location I'm in, it just high school age, they're not usually coming out by then. I mean, they're still kind of scared, sheltered, and
Sure.
So Bible Belt, which
Yep.
be your own person is what I've always been instilled in, is what has always been instilled in me. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took them for what they were, and there were some questionable ones there were definitely some ones that were in the closet, and I caught them looking and stuff like that a couple of times, but I wouldn't say anything because why draw attention to it,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured that probably you were going to be getting attention from some faggots in high school, offering service, but they did, like, you probably didn't understand. You at that time, it was probably you were thinking a gay person that was attracted to you, they would be like you would be equals or something in a relationship or something, but that's not how it really is.
Right.
You didn't understand hierarchy the way you do
Right.
now.
No, that's like I said. I didn't really start understanding or really knowing my true alphaness, as you referred to it earlier, until I later matured and really took a step back and looked at the big picture and was like, oh wait, everybody's not like this. So
Right. I mean, some people, in hierarchical terms, most people are born to serve men like you, and that's just the way it is. Is that how you view it now? Oh,
yeah. Sorry, somebody was calling me.
okay.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry about that.
Is that how you view the situation now with faggots and yourself, that they're born to serve?
The true hierarchy now, and it's almost you were destined to serve, and I was destined to be great and be served. I mean, it's some would say the natural order of things. I mean,
yes,
I was just bred for it, so to say.
Right.
And like I said, I mean, I'm 20 years old, all natural body and hair, like we talked about earlier. That's just the way it is.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Way to put it. I mean, it's just the way it is. You got to
Right.
take it. You can fight it all you want, but it's just in the end you'll come back and you'll realize. I mean, just give it time. Time tells all truths, So
Right. I mean, yeah, like there's going to be some men, some beta males who would try to challenge your alphahood. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately,
I mean, they're either a complete troll and just doing it for the attention because they get off on that fact, or B, they'll back down and realize that they were out of place.
mm-hmm. Or that you're just simply superior to them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So was there a moment that you can remember where you kind of made that connection with your hierarchical place?
Not a specific moment in time per se, but it really clicked in when I came, because I don't know if you really were keeping up with me when I first got into the scene. It was about a year ago.
I was right there from the very beginning, Master.
Right. Okay. So it just wasn't kicking off, and I was making good money managing a restaurant and a food truck, and I was like, I'm just going to stick with what I already know and not try and venture out. But once I ventured out, that's when I really saw the whole alphaness thing come into play, and it was already in my mind, like, because like I said, I started it, but then went back to the whole food truck thing and restaurant scene, and then I started seeing it like actually in public, how people would act and react to my actions, and they were all somewhat inferior in a way, like they respected everything that came out of my mouth. They
were submitting to you,
right in a very public manner, and I was like, you know what, this is I see it, and my eyes have been opened. So I think that would probably really be when it happened, when I took the little break through findom, because then when I came back, I was in it. I mean, I was still a little bit like more so just about the money at first, and then I really realized once I got into the findom scene, like I discovered the findom scene, and then saw the findom scene, so to say, in the real world, like just how it actually plays out with alphas and betas and whatnot in the real world. And then that's when I discovered, I came back, and that's when I discovered that there's a relationship that has to be developed with these subs. Because, I mean, and it makes sense, because I can't just ask or tell somebody to hand me money and them hand me money because I say. I mean, yeah, that happens occasionally, but the true subs and the longevity comes from the relationships you develop. Yeah. If you're very shallow and just bland master, and you don't have any regards for what the sub likes, then you're just not going to get anywhere with it, because it's a one-sided thing. They're not getting anything from it. So,
well, there is something that the faggots get from it regardless, because they're it's reinforcing their place, but
right.
Just by giving you money. But what you're describing is the same thing that a man might have to build a relationship with his dog.
Yeah, this is true.
And so your faggots are your dogs, basically, that you control and own, basically, right? So it's the same kind of principle. A man can even love a dog, right? But they're not equal.
No, right. I see what you're saying. But also at the same time, in that sense, the more trained dog is going to be the more obedient dog. If you have a pack of. So.
Right. Are you okay? Well, this is a good segue then, honestly, because I was going to ask this about you. So you mentioned training. So, are you interested in training your faggots and taking the time and energy to train them?
If I see true potential in you, in the fact that you're going to remain consistent and you really believe in the hierarchy and you're not just here to get off, it's not just a mood for you, then I do take the time and effort and put it in you. And I forgot where I was going with it. That's why she should not smoke weed. No, yeah, I take time and I put my time into those subs, like I said, that I see true potential in. Some of them, they come and they go. It's really a matter of, there's a lot of them out there actually that don't understand that I'm not on their schedule. So they'll message me and then I don't message back in time. And then, they'll go find somebody else. So, it is what it is. Dime a dozen. Another one will come by soon enough. And if I speak, I'll put the work into them. And as far as training goes, it's more of a way of living, I should say. Like when you wake up, you're gonna have some type of post to look at me through, either whether it be Twitter or OnlyFans. There's gonna be a post on one of those two platforms for you to go, look at. So that should definitely be, one of the things that you do at the start of your day. If not, as soon as you get off of work, out there making the money to come back and give me the portion in which I deserve, of course. So there's a lot that goes into the development of a good sub, but I have to really see the potential in them. You got to be consistent, come back a couple of times, and really, you've got to want the relationship as well. I'm not going to push for something that's not there,
Well, of course, definitely. How much would you incorporate faggots into your life going forward, your personal life?
So I've done one real time, and that was with the person who got me into it, the sub that got me into it. He actually did my laundry for a little bit and, would bake me goods and stuff like that. Very good sub. He got me into it, and that's the only real time I've done.
That was a local faggot that did that?
Yeah, it previously local, but I recently moved a couple over. So
I guess I'm curious about how that happened, that initial.
So we worked together, and he pulled me aside one day and he was like, "Look, man, I don't really know exactly how he first addressed it, but I think it was somewhere along the lines of, this is going to be weird, but I think you'd be a really good fit for it." And he showed me Master Alex.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the scene for years
Yes.
now. He showed me him and the amount of money he was making, and that goes back to the whole dollar sign thing. And that's back when I was working my ass off. It was more of a manual labor job. And I was like, man, that's an insane amount of money, right? So then I get in, and I wasn't making money off the bat, which is why I just went back to what I already knew. But that's because I didn't know the findom scene yet, at the time. But yeah, he got me into it, and I haven't done any more real time since. I've discussed a few with a couple subs, but if we're going to discuss a real time and it genuinely be a possibility, you're be a good committed sub to begin with. So I'm already going to have spelled time and effort into you. So that's something that'll come along the way. It's not something like, hey master, writing my DM request. Hey master, do you do real time? It's like,
I don't know you.
Right. Like, sorry, buddy.
Right. Sure. Right. Yeah, I understand that. Would you, well, I guess, would you ever incorporate a faggot, like have a live-in faggot or faggots that would serve you while day to day in your house, or collar them or whatever, chastity cage, etc., like own them as servants?
Right. Yeah, it's a possibility, but I think I foresee that being a little bit further down the road. I don't think it's definitely not going to happen soon. I've got one sub actually who's going to come over and clean at some point. That is going to be the next sub that he's my age, he's college age. So money's not really his forte, but he designs like my banners, and he's from a couple towns over, so he's going to come over and he's going to clean like once a week, I believe.
That's good.
Bring some groceries and stuff like that. So I'll be utilizing him, and that'll probably be where it starts, because it's gonna be along the lines of my entire fandom career, where it's like I venture out and I try it, and I'm like, oh wow, I can extend further on this, and I can really utilize this.
Right, exactly. I mean, I think this is I think where this is like the tipping point. So like a lot of people like alphas go into findom, and they get to a certain point where they're making money and they're happy with it, and they stop in their development. And then other alphas who are, I think, more powerful kind of move on to this ownership thing, where they're like, I want to start owning faggots. I want to start owning faggots, and they're going to serve me like they're king, and that's kind of the next level. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody makes that step up, but it sounds like you're contemplating that.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll see. It's definitely going to be an experience thing. It's just going to be something to try out and see.
Sure.
See what I like.
Well, it seems like you've already enjoyed having a faggot come and clean for you or whatever. So, in the past.
Right. Yeah. It was pretty good having somebody do my laundry for me and whatnot. It was pretty convenient.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine coming home every day and your house is clean, and you have clean sheets on the bed, and food's getting prepared for you, and all that stuff. I on the website I've chronicled several straight alphas who own live-in faggots, and the faggots clean for them and cook for them, and take care of everything in the house every day. And I mean, one of them had 4 live-in faggots living in his house with him, and they just served him like their king.
Right.
And he loved it. And he continues to love it. But so it's just a matter of, I guess, where you want to go with it. It's really, the sky is the limit,
Right.
With you, the sky is definitely the fucking limit. I mean, anything in your imagination that you want to have happen, you can make happen.
Right. That's something I'm working on now, is just really thinking big.
You should.
I don't really know my true potential. I mean, it's why do anything less,
Exactly. I mean, why would you ever put any limits on yourself? There are no limits.
Right.
If you had limits, I wouldn't even be bothering to talk to you, because I'd be like, there's no way. But like, to me, I view you as like a potential kind of, if you're not an apex alpha already, you're on your way to that.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, there's that and that just goes to the whole patience thing, like I was saying earlier, is how I'll think about, like sometimes too. I'm like, man, I'm only 20 years old. I'm only scratching the surface.
yeah.
I mean, it's already great. I'm already loving it, and this is just the beginning. So I'm ready to see. I'm genuinely thrilled to see where it's going to take me.
Okay, that's great. Um, I guess I have a question. This is kind of maybe a philosophical question.
Huh?
Um, if a tree falls in the forest, no, never mind. If what do you?
I
I'm
do
just
that.
joking.
Rene Descartes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good.
the forest did
Nobody hears it. Does it?
nobody saw it, right? Did it happen, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I brought
Quantum
I,
quantum physics says it didn't happen.
right.
Exactly. Um, wow, I wasn't expecting that. I was just making a stupid joke, and you turned
That's
it
what
into.
further we get into this, the more you realize there's all these endless doors that just keep opening, and
I
where's
know. I know. You're like an endless corridor of interesting doors to open.
right. And that's why I decided to really step out and do the podcast, because for all my subs, for the subs who haven't approached it, they might just be waiting on that one thing to know that I'm the one, and they might, whether they're shy or they just don't want to take the shot. Because anybody can look at me and be like, wow, he looks good, and they can read my post and be like, oh wow, he seems dominant and this, that, and the other, and he seems good. But until they really start communicating with me, they don't understand the level that my alphaness really goes to.
Mm-hmm. Right. Um, in terms of let's get to my philosophical question because I really want the answer to this. What do you, in terms of your place in the hierarchy and in the world as an alpha, what do you feel like is your responsibility as an alpha in the world?
It's definitely, well, I have to reiterate to some their place and really instill it in them that they are beneath me. That's for the few that do think that they're able to resist. That takes a little bit more power to be thrown upon them.
So discipline and kind of a pruning of the hierarchy, basically.
Right. Um, that's a good question.
Thank you. Well, okay. See, I keep bringing this up in the podcast, but like I'm sure my regular listeners are tired of hearing me say it. But um, I classify alphas as protector alphas and destroyer alphas. And like, the protector alphas are the superheroes. Basically, they're the ones that lift up the broken and protect the weak and all that kind of stuff. Do you feel like, and I've talked to plenty of destroyer alphas, and I've experienced in my own life destroyer alphas, um,
Right.
also. But
So my whole take on that, my side of things, really is I'm less of a destroyer. If that's what you're into, then sure. But I know longevity wise, it's if it's something you're into and you can sustain it, then by all means we can do it. But I'm all about sustainability. And if it's not something that you can sustain, then maybe we need to find a different approach, or I'm just not the guy for you. But I'm searching for longevity. And if you're wanting me to completely take everything out of your bank accounts and you work a minimum wage job, so to say, and you can't even cover, you're struggling to cover your own bills per month, I'm gonna be less incentivized to take that whole bank account. I might do it once, but I know that you're not gonna come back, for months, and that's just not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency and longevity.
mm,
But I also haven't had a whole lot of you know subs that like to be destroyed approach me really, so it's not really my forte.
mhm. Oh, I mean, but like you also haven't had a lot of real time experience either. So
Right.
uh, I mean, like there's some alphas are very cruel when they get a faggot in in their presence, and so, and and they're cruel in a general sense to regular people. I don't think you're probably cruel to regular people.
No, I'm pretty chill, man. It's smile on my face all the time.
Which is great.
Yeah.
We all love that.
Yeah, I mean that's just a part of my
Uh-huh.
Nottingham charisma. It's just it's always a good day, man. Always a good day.
Yeah. But let's say, if you had a faggot that was hurting, sad over something or whatever, what?
Mm-hmm. I would try I would try to console him in a sense, in that things are gonna work out. Just let time play out. But I'm not really a consoling type, so I'll give you a little bit of advice. Really, is more so what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Less than consoling. Oh, it's going to be okay. Is that? Yeah, I'm going to give you my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
My, what I think, and give you a little bit of advice, maybe, and really just suck it up, Buttercup. And I have things happen in my life, and the average person will get upset about it or stressed out over it, but see, my thing is, if you can't control it, don't worry about it.
I think things are going to work out just fine for you, Master. I don't think you have to really worry about the minor things. Oh, your battery died in your car. Like, what are the struggles you're having?
Right.
But oh, I broke a shoelace. But anyway, you don't have the struggles of the average man.
This is fair.
Well, yeah, but and that's the way it should be, honestly. Gods shouldn't have the problems of a regular person.
Right.
So I guess, have you ever heard of the term aftercare? No.
No, not.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, I'm asking this because aftercare is something that, let's say, if an alpha fucks a faggot, particularly roughly, okay, sexually, okay, I'm referring to sex here.
Right.
I know that you probably know all about rough sex. I'm sure you probably have plenty of rough sex.
Right.
Right. After something like that, something that intense, a lot of times the alpha will take the time to talk the faggot down or to comfort the faggot after it, just to let it know it's safe.
Right.
And you might have to do that with some women too, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're referring to, and it makes sense. Aftercare,
yeah. Like you probably have had to tell a few women, sorry, I choked you till you were almost unconscious.
Personally, it was just,
Huh?
You just always wasn't personal,
Right. It was just the animal in me.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So let's talk about financial stuff. Okay. So, what is the most that you have made in a month thus far?
Well, I didn't really start keeping record until March.
Come on, you're an accountant.
Look, I kept it here in, but now I'm running with an Excel sheet and.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I could go back and read you my previous months before I put it into the computer, but those aren't really. I started putting it in the computer because I was like, holy shit, it's a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Right now, May is looking like it's going to be the best one. We got a couple of days left, obviously. Last month, I put in 87,000 or 8,700, I believe. This month, I'm already sitting at 75, and that's before so. I'm 3 days into my fiscal week right now, and I've already surpassed last month. So I'm looking for 10,000 this month.
Okay, that's really, really good. That's OnlyFans and tributes.
OnlyFans and tributes, and subscriptions, tributes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How has OnlyFans been for you?
It's now that I'm starting to take more to that side of the scene, it's doing very well. I realized that OnlyFans does verify you, and I've had an OnlyFans for a while, but I never really truly.
Yeah.
And I realized that could be another reason why I wasn't really popping, was because I'm not like, I'm very on Twitter and like I've got this video, but there's no like actual page. But then when you go through OnlyFans, you have to go through that if you're going to open a page, So,
right.
I think that really, I'm sitting at, I believe, 99 fans right now, which we're so close to that 100 that I want before Memorial Day.
Well, maybe I'll become your 100th fan.
There you go. You might get a little surprise for it too.
Thanks, Master. Do I get a cock shot?
There's plenty to go browse through there. I mean, explicit. There's
on OnlyFans you're naked.
Yeah, there's some nude content. There's a few nude things, not a whole lot. There's some snippets, obviously, and then a lot of feet pictures. That's been pretty popular.
Yeah, all faggots love feet for sure.
Yeah, that's what I've realized, and I put a couple polls up on OnlyFans trying to figure out what type of crowd I want to have, because I don't want you to come in and sub for a month and then leave. Like I want to be able to appeal to, I want you to enjoy my page and enjoy my content. I'm not just going to keep posting something if nobody's liking it. So but there's usually a daily post on OnlyFans. I'm starting to stem away from Twitter a little bit just because it's it's free essentially. All you have to do is follow me and you can get all this great content, which I'm still fine. OnlyFans is definitely going to get that first. So anything you really Twitter is definitely already gone through OnlyFans. So,
but I mean, I think you could probably, I don't know, take a shit on a corpse and it would be popular. Okay, like you could probably strangle puppies and people would love it. Like just. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's anything you could do that probably would turn people off.
Yeah, no, there's always going to be somebody who likes what I post, but it's just a matter of really, you can't please everyone, but you can please the majority, And I've realized that the majority like feet, so I mean that's There's plenty of other things on there, plenty of other aspects, muscles to worship, pits, ass. Like I said, a couple new things. There's a couple degrading videos, a shower video, workouts, the whole nine, So, I mean, you get what you pay for, definitely, and then some, I would say.
Do you, have you ever had your ass licked before?
I have one time, long time relationship, as a girl I was dating.
How'd you like it?
It was, I wasn't sober, so I couldn't really give you a full. It wasn't bad. It was. I mean, I could do without it, but yeah, it was all right.
What do you think would be the difference if you had a faggot lick your ass?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just not really.
I understand. I'm just asking hypotheticals.
There's nothing really about a guy that turns me on, so it's just kind of like,
But money. There's nothing sexual about money. But that turns you on. It's a power trip. It's a power thing.
That's true. That's true. And I see what you're saying, but there are plenty of other ways for me to
get turned on.
Power without having my ass licked. So
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
We'll figure something else out.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out limits at this point, like what you would.
Right. I mean,
would you piss on a faggot?
Probably. Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah.
Would you come on a faggot?
Yeah. You're paying a damn good price, but yeah.
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 Now there's some alphas that sell their cum, like Master Mark.
I would do that. I have not had any inquiries about it though. So
really,
I've had some, but they don't ever lead into it. I think it's just more of like a fantasy that they want, and they don't like actually want to take the steps to obtain, the cum. So I've had it brought up like once or twice, really.
Okay.
But nothing too big. But I mean, yeah, I would do that. I send socks and all this other gear and stuff like that.
Cum stained stuff.
Yeah, right.
Okay, right. Okay. How does that make you feel? Like I guess as a straight alpha who came in, with no understanding of faggots at all when you first started. So like, how do you feel about that?
Well,
Does it weird you out?
not really, just because I'm not,
You're not.
nothing's happening to me. So
It's just come, right?
that's just like, you jacking off to my videos or my pictures. You're performing a gay act, but I'm not gay, and it doesn't make me uncomfortable because I just know I'm a good looking guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
there are probably a handful of girls out there masturbating to me too. I mean, it doesn't make me feel weird. It's what I'm here for, really. I mean, if that makes me feel weird, then I'm in the wrong game.
Yeah, it's true. I definitely agree. There are definitely some alphas in the scene that are, they're almost offended that faggots are interested in them. It's like, what are you doing here?
Right, like this is, yeah. No, and that's like I said, that goes back to the whole I'm gonna accept you for who you are type thing.
Mhm.
I don't I don't care what you like is what you like, and I'm not gonna shun you. I'm not gonna feel weird about what you like. I mean, I'll tell you if I'm willing to do it or not, and then we'll just go from there. But I'm not gonna think of you as any less or weird of a person because of something you ask for. I'll just tell you straight up, like, yeah, I'll do it or no, I won't. I mean, it
Mhm.
is no awkwardness that really needs to be there.
Can you think less of a faggot? I mean, they're already pretty low on the.
Well, that's why I kind of changed it to being like, you're
Okay.
weird, because
Right.
you're low, but it's about a matter of like comfortability at that point. You know, I
Right.
want you to be comfortable when you approach or when you have a request or something. If it's a valid request and if there's potential for it to get filled, I want you to be comfortable when you ask that request. I don't want you to be reluctant to ask a request just because you feel I'm going to judge you based off of the request. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Right. Right. Um, you don't use the word faggot very much.
Not publicly, just because I know there's some fucking sissies out there who like to report and this, that, and the other. So
Right. Right. Right.
use it. I'm gonna use it if we're running a session, it'll probably come out more. There's like a 98% chance it'll come out unless you before the session say you don't like faggot. I mean, and there's some out there, and I've been
I
banned,
know.
I think twice. So, and I don't really know the full extent of why, because Twitter never fucking tells you. But
Master, I've been banned a million times for using it. You wouldn't believe the number of accounts I've gone through.
yeah, it's something I can refrain from using, but
Hmm.
have a power, I feel. So that's something you'll get in a private session more so, or a
Good.
custom or something. It's just not something I'm going to advertise publicly, just because there's a lot of pansies out there that like to
Yeah.
bitch and everything.
Right. I noticed you haven't used it in this conversation. That's why I was asking about it.
Right, right. And I mean, you just brought it up, and you brought it up a couple of times, I think. But like I said, it's not something that it's something I'm more so. It's not something I'm going to use in a general conversation.
Hmm.
Um, it's going to be something I'm going to use when I'm telling you, when I'm degrading you, or something like that. Because we both know if we both know you're a faggot. So I'm not going to sit here in plain conversation just keep dropping it. Just like I'm not going to keep calling you gay. Like I know you're gay. I know you're a faggot. So I'm just gonna we'll genuinely talk like human beings. But then when it comes time to be degraded and treated like you truly deserve, then you'll get that experience.
That's very well put. Thank you. Um, do you believe that there's a power in the word faggot?
Yeah, I do. I think that it really, because of the way that society has deemed the word, you have to hold a certain type of power to have the courage to use it. I feel uh, uh, people people refrain from using the word faggot if they're referring to someone other than themselves, because they don't want to offend. You know, um, so when you use the word faggot, I think it really does portray a certain type of power if you're using it to describe someone, not very much so as just saying the word faggot.
Right.
Um, if you're explicitly calling somebody that, yeah, I do think it brings a level of power in because it
Right.
takes a certain level of courage and audacity to say it.
Okay. So you do feel powerful when you use the word specifically to talk about a faggot that's serving you, let's say.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I do think that the word is powerful by itself, and so I think it scares people because it is a powerful word.
Right, right. I think that goes back to the whole societal thing. Is like it's kind of a it's a norm to really call somebody a faggot or even say the word. You know, it's not really something that is said a whole lot in public, and it's just something that new things or strange things scare people. You know,
Yep.
And that in itself is all we need. You know.
Yep. You mentioned society. Do you feel like society is working for your alphahood or against your alphahood?
In what sense? What do you?
Well, do you think society wants to encourage you to take hold of your alphahood the way
Okay,
you want to take hold of it?
no. Society does. I feel like society and as a whole, everybody is in this for a rat race. It goes back to the whole college thing. Like, it's just you're in it for if you're going to be a little mouse in their race, then you're going to go through working for somebody and going and getting that degree and spending all this money, accumulating all this unnecessary debt and all these other things. And that's what they want. They want because they want to be able to have a certain type of control over you. And that's all. That's all anything about. That's all anything in life is about. Is control. You know, and I genuinely believe that society has a certain control over a majority of the population. And I mean, it's everybody. I think in their head creates their own ideology of what society portrays them to be. You know, I think that by being able to detach yourself from that thought, you can become even more than you ever dreamt of, just because you now hold yourself only accountable to you, and you could give a shit less about what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
Once you create that mentality, then nobody's going to tell you no. Nobody's going to stop you from doing something. You know,
Right.
so
Right.
it's all a game of power.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it goes back to hierarchy ultimately. That you said
hierarchy. There's always going to be if there's not a hierarchy, then it's anarchy. So until anarchy occurs, where somebody is serving somebody, there's always going to be a higher up somewhere along the line.
right, but don't you think that true alphas should basically they should not conform to what they should naturally not conform to what society is trying to force on them?
Right, and that's one of my traits. Is it's a natural thing that occurs, but I'm able to actually see that and put that into words. That it's the ability to depart yourself from society that creates the alpha. You know that creates the uniqueness in and I think by understanding that is one of the key factors that generates alphaness is definitely a leg up, because then you have all these other alphas who they might go and look at other alphas pages and be like, that's damn, he got this many, he got this much popularity, this much attention off of this, and I'm getting this, and they'll look down on themselves in that aspect. But like if you go through life thinking, giving a shit about what other people think about you, then you're never going to be any more alpha than the subs who want to please the masters. I mean, you have to want to please yourself and only yourself, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of defining your own kingdom and your own alphahood, basically.
Right. I mean, I don't scroll through Twitter looking at other masters or, I mean, I'll scroll through and look at like Cash Master updates he posts pretty frequently. I follow a handful of people, and I really don't spend a whole lot of time on the platform scrolling through. Really, I mean, I just do my due diligence, get my things done, and then communicate with my subs. I mean, if you're not a part of my group, my flock, so to say, then I'm not really worried about you. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I understand. I guess when I think about like society and their expectations, if an alpha were to go up to someone and say, kneel down before me and kiss my feet. Like if you walked up to somebody at a mall and just said, I want you to kneel down and kiss my feet. Society says you shouldn't do that.
Right.
But what would your expectation be of that encounter? Would you expect them to do it? Do you feel like you have the right to tell them to do that?
I believe I hold the power to tell them to do that, yes, but would I? Probably not, just because that goes back to the whole comfortability thing.
And rudeness.
Right.
You're
right.
not a rude person.
Right. I mean, it's not gonna. I'm not gonna impede. Like I said, earlier, I'm not gonna be a dickhead dom and completely ruin you if it's not what you want. Like I'm not gonna humiliate you publicly if it's not what you want.
Okay.
I mean, if that's something you want, then sure. I would be more than happy to. It's not something that I'm gonna. I want you to enjoy it just as much as I enjoy it. The mutual benefit is the key factor in these relationships.
Right. Okay. I mean, but ultimately, it's about your benefit.
Right. In the end, it's the ultimate benefit will be mine, but it has to be I guess mutually beneficial. Mutual benefit wasn't the word to say. It's more so. Man, it just slipped my mind. Mutually consensual, I should say.
Okay. All right. So, no emotional raping of faggots. I guess I don't know what you'd call it, but I don't know.
I just play everything by ear. I mean, there's not really a set of by, so it's kind of like I can kind of feel the vibes, the psychology that you're giving off. If we're talking or messaging, and if it's I'll go check your profile out or something like that and see what types of things you retweet and really what you're into. If there's a lot of degradation on there and a lot of like emotional just fuck hailstorms, then that's what you'll get. I mean, I'll do my part. I'll do my homework to give you the experience of a lifetime. And that's what will have you. That's what makes me so unique. That's what will have you coming back begging for more. I mean,
yeah, that's a nice sound bite there too, for that matter. Good God, I mean, there's faggots that are going to be like all across the world running around with wide-ons because of you. Wide-on is one of my favorite terms. Like when a woman gets excited, her pussy like widens up, because she's ready to receive your cock. And like faggots have the same thing. Like our pussies like widen up because we're ready to get fucked. So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of them going, oh my God, did he just say that? Yes, he did. This is not a simulation. He's really there saying that. Yep. Well, I won't keep you anymore. I just I really enjoyed this conversation. I just want to say that was a very, very surprising conversation.
I'm good. I'm glad.
You really, really shocked me.
What was that?
So you really, really shocked me with this conversation.
Good. Yeah, that's what I said. It was surprising in a good way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good.
You thought it was too?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, it was a damn good conversation, I do believe, but I wasn't surprised. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I was hoping it was surprising in a good way for you. Like I hope I surprised. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think people mistakenly look at you and think Mimbo.
Yeah, it could be seen, but you never know until you try. Don't knock it till you try. That's for sure. Statistically, there's a pretty high percentage you'll be back, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following you since the very beginning, and so I'm never leaving. I'm going to be kneeling at your feet with all the rest of the faggots.
Right.
It would be, I think it would be extraordinary to be actually owned by you. It'd be like your house faggot,
Yeah. Well, we might have to talk privately outside of this podcast then. Yes.
Yeah, you could put a collar on me and everything.
Yeah.
And I would take care. Believe me, I would take care of you really, really well. um, I'll teach you a few things. Just kidding. um, but yeah, it would be. You're an extraordinary alpha, honestly, and I really like where you're headed with it. You're taking it seriously.
Yeah, I see a pretty promising future. I see a lot of growth to come. I've got a couple trips planned. I'm going to the
Oh,
beach in late June and then late July. I'm taking a trip to New York. Um,
nice.
so I'll probably be doing something with some New York pigs uh, around that time. We'll see. I've got a couple. I've got a handful from New York that I've got good relationships with and would consider real times with. So, um, yeah, there's hopefully some really good content to come this summer.
So these are findom trips.
The one to South Carolina isn't, but the tail end might be. That's more of a family trip, but there are some around that area that I've communicated with. Uh, but and then New York is more so of a personal trip, but may as well because since that's where I've got a handful of them allocated there, so may as well knock out majority of birds with one stone if I can,
Yeah.
uh, and get some good content as well, and obviously get the trip paid for.
Well, obviously, but
Right, so,
so so you be filming the real times and stuff, and uh,
yeah, and there would I mean obviously with the subs consent, if they don't want their face shown, we'd work something out,
of course,
so um, there are always boundaries
I
on both.
guess.
Both have to be respected.
Um, I guess I didn't ask this. How many people in your life know about your findom activities?
A good handful.
Does
Uh,
mom and dad? No, that's good.
does.
Oh, okay.
So she knows just because. So my mom and dad are split. My
Oh,
dad's actually in the military. He's stationed in Italy right now, and he's coming back in June. He's the one I'm going to on that vacation with. So I'm going to break it to him then, because it's something I want to do in person. Because when I bring this up to people, it's their mind just goes in all different directions, and they have no
yeah.
idea what. And so it's something that I've learned I can really control if it's in person. If I can show them more so than tell and try and describe because it's a shit.
Sure.
Um, my mom knows about it. My ex girlfriend, a couple friends, my previous girlfriend, or my right now girlfriend, my present girlfriend, and then probably 10 people. A
Okay.
handful. I mean, not a whole lot. I haven't really advertised it publicly yet, but I could see that prevailing soon.
Well, you put your name on it right away, so
I mean, because I could give a shit less. That goes back to that whole societal thing. Like, I could give a shit less what people think. So, may as well just broadcast it to the world, And if I get one or two more people, then fuck it. It's still one or two more people. I mean,
right. I mean, but you put your name on it from the very beginning, so like you're and you've had your face on it the whole time, so like you're out there, like you never
right,
hid it.
right.
Um, it's just
I,
your dad's not checking out dark side of Twitter to find it, so
That's true. This is true.
maybe not. I hope not.
I, no, but yeah, I had to tell my mom just because she would wonder what the fuck I'm doing to make the money.
Mhm.
It's like I'm living extraordinarily for the average person, let alone a college student, full-time college student. So, it's kind of like, plus she claimed me on taxes last year, but she won't be here. So,
No.
right.
She'd probably be like, "Hey
Right.
Vince, where did you get that Lambo?"
Yeah, I would tell her.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I found it.
Yeah, I was walking home and
Right. Somebody handed me a keys to the Lambo. I thought, okay. But no, really, Vince, where did you get the Lambo? Are you dealing drugs? No, I own a bunch of faggots that give me money.
yeah, exactly. See, it's kind of hard to. It sounds really weird to say over, when you're not physically saying, like when you're not physically showing the,
Where you can see their face and gauge how they're taking it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But
Yeah. I'm gonna tell him that pretty much as soon as I get there, just because I'm gonna be getting pictures, and it'd be kind of awkward to walk out and maybe taking a picture of my feet. Like that'd be quicker for it. So I'll just be like, I'm just gonna tell him. I mean, I don't give a shit. So it's really just a matter of seeing when I get to him. So
right. Well, and when you have to excuse yourself to go meet up with one of your cash fags, you'd be like,
right, it'll make sense.
Yeah, Dad, I got some business to take care of. I got to have some faggot lick my feet for an hour, and then I got to come back.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, boy, just leave me out of it. Well, anyway, I'll let you go. I didn't mean to keep you this long, but it's been a lot of fun talking to you, and I learned a lot about you, and I am very, very impressed by you, Master. Much more than I was before. So I know my audience is going to eat this alive.
That's the goal. Make sure to go check out my page if you don't already follow it.
Yep. Go ahead and plug your page.
Promise you won't be disappointed.
Go ahead and plug your page.
What's that?
Go ahead and plug your page. What is it? OnlyFans?
My Twitter is findom Vince, and then my OnlyFans is just Vince Armstrong, no space. There's a link in my Twitter. Whenever you post this, I'll retweet it, and then leave my link attached to my retweet as well.
Okay, yeah, all right. Do you have any fuck videos on your OnlyFans?
There are two. I'm working to get some more. I just gotta wait for my girlfriend to get back in town. She is away. She's back home because she just goes to school here.
How does she look?
About a week or so, 2 weeks. She's actually I got her into the scene as well.
Oh gosh, is she a dom too?
Yeah, her tag is Luna Thrill. I think she's doing pretty well, I believe. I mean, she's doing good, taking good hold of it. So
interesting.
Might be a good power couple move later on.
It's going to be a findom wedding, I guess, or something at some point, like Luke and Laura in General Hospital.
I don't have to pay for anything. I'll just have all my fags be my staff members. They'll put the wedding together and.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be a maitre d there or something.
Figure something out. You all have your own little niches, what I mean. So.
Yeah, of course. How does she like being like an accessory in your, like a fuck toy, basically in your videos?
So the first fuck video was not her. That was young Vince. That was high school. That was my senior year. It was like 2 days before graduation, I think. Me and my friend got a little frisky, and we were like, fuck it, and both 18. So we were like, fuck it, we can do it. So that was a little video, and then she did more of a she was missionary, and it shows just my body. I have a picture of it on Twitter of what the angle looks like. So you're looking from her face, from her POV as she's a missionary and I'm fucking. So it's pretty good. Everybody's loved it. They ate that shit, on my OnlyFans. So.
I mean, you don't have an imperfect part of your entire body. So like every single thing about you is perfect. So there is no bad angle. Okay. Like,
right.
I mean, what angle would be bad? I don't even know.
So I'm trying to. So next time me and her record, because my whole thing is the first sex video I have is decent. Didn't have as much traction just because the views weren't as good. It wasn't really. It was more so. I guess you would consider it to be like a straight porn video,
Sure.
So this most recent one is more focused on me, which makes more sense. So the next ones, I just got to figure out the angles in which would focus on majority me. I mean, obviously you're going to get the counterpart in there a little bit, but try and get majority focus on me.
Well, I mean, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, what you got?
Well, you want the camera to be lower, kind of like this angle you've got here, okay?
Right.
Because you want to look bigger, right?
Yeah.
And then like if she's giving you head or something like that, you definitely want to get like 2 cameras, one kind of behind you and one in front of you, like looking up at you. You want to look big and dominant while you're getting sucked off, you know.
Right.
And then if you wanted to add another shot, like if you shooting down on her while she's sucking you, or
Right.
I'm sorry, attempting to suck you, because of course girls don't suck as good as faggots. But
I don't know. I mean,
no, it's actually true. Like it is literally true.
it's,
Every straight man says the exact same thing. So
I mean, it makes sense because I mean, I can only imagine a girl's better eating a girl out than a guy would be. I mean, you know what you like, you know what to
well,
do.
sure, that's one aspect. But the other thing is, who do you think really loves sucking dick, girls or faggots?
That's true.
Come on, give me a break. It's not even. They're not even in the same ballpark. They're not even in the same game. Okay, like
Yeah. It's yeah.
faggots will faggots will not take their mouth off of your dick until you can't come anymore. Girls are just flicking around with it, going, can we go on to something else? You know.
Yeah, let's do something else. Yeah.
They don't. They definitely don't want anything to do with cum shooting in their face or mouth or whatever.
Right.
Oh, you're gonna
Right.
mess up my makeup. No, faggots was like, faggots have throat slime all over them. They're just like, you know, give me more. You know, so it's not even close. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Anyway, well, Master, thank you for the time, and thank you very much for the look into your life. And everybody, go tribute to this stunning man.
Yes.
The future ruler of us all. So.
Oh yeah, it's only a matter of time. So it was
Okay.
great meeting you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Master. Bye.
Have a good one.
End transmission.
I was consistently blown away by my conversation with him. He is honest, you know, he's superior to faggots, and he just accepts it as truth. And he believes in hierarchy, maybe more so than many of the alphas in the scene, or he understands it. I was really surprised by his understanding of philosophy and like sociological paradigms. It's interesting to talk to alphas who understand that and can converse on that level, you know, and it's not just dick size or something like that. I think it would be astonishing to be owned by that man. I don't know if he'll ever actually own faggots, you know, but a fag can dream, right? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that conversation as much as I did. It was really an eye-opening experience. I was not expecting it. So I was very pleasantly surprised by it and impressed. So he definitely deserves your worship and tributes and love, okay? You're safe with him. So I highly recommend him. Anyway, I'm going to go. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Love ya. Bye.